what they have taught us by living example. And that kind of connection about remembering them from about the words of the wisdom and the energy of the youth. And I learned that. And tradition on Jain is through family marriages and altogether, but also harmonization. That whereby that it's not about the being organization, seeing buzz but it's a principle of how you change humanity. And Jain was that kind of person that through his teaching advice, through his legal career, and one of the unsung heroes of living continuously, whether it's in terms of a world, whether in terms of advice, in terms of any legal thing, he was always there. He never said, I cannot do it. He'll find the time to do it. I was fortunate that, to be graced by Baba that, through Hishina and Saras, that while Jain was in hospital, what was the teaching that 26 days lie in hospital? But he rose to something, faith and resilience and confidence to know that even implicit faith in your Creator, create quite vibrations, you come out of any situation. And he showed us that he walked this earth again when doctors in the scientist perspective, when I heard the story, my son phoned me and said, I'm here in the hospital, and I said, reach out to you if you're Shini and stars. I said, I'll do that. And in the spirit of depth of silence and meditation and prayer, I would intuitively download through the universe is saying, and I was saying to Shini to relate to that. It's about getting connected and to a soul that's realizing his journey, but how giving the family time in the 26 days and beyond. And when we met at his birthday, and he said to me, I walk the stairs up and down with faith and confidence to know that Baba has given me another lease of life. And it's about faith to know that you can be down the depths, and we don't know what journey of life we are. As Baba said, 14 was, 7 was about. In the journey we don't know. And the Jain showed that in the celebration of life, that how you can come out of a most darkest situation and the glimmer of light. But he taught me something, taught me as a person to be focused, not to give up on life, as much as difficulties we have in trials and tribulations, but to know that he's here, the smile that he left us in that, on the birthday celebration, the way he spoke, he said, I'm back to my normal state. He said, I've not to give. And his giving is not ended today when we celebrate his passing away. The giving is that his living teaching that he's left upon us. And we continue as young people to know that the legacy of Sathasai is continues in omnipresent form. And death is merely a change of dress. But there's something more important than that. Important is that he's changed the lives and kept the lives of many, many people in his audience. And how he's made us, people like myself, to go and touch other people's lives, to change them and to restore reverence and respect and the aspect of humanity. South Africa is maybe the darkest space of life. But when you have people like in the midst of, we have Jain with us, you know that there's a glimmer of hope, a glimmer of light, that the elders of this country are showing us here, do not give up. And he's shown us in his darkness of desperation, whereby science has taken over to him that it will almost be, in another story, without knowing that I spoke to some of the colleagues in the hospital, they said to me that, it is 70% almost a distress and 30% of living. And to come out of that is beyond science. And here we show the living testimony of an individual, and Jain showed us that spirituality is about science. And believing in yourself and the faith that what Jain has given us, there's hope in this life. And each one of you has got this hope of survival, but touch human beings to get change. And South Africa can change. The love and warmth of not all and serve all. And about servitude of selflessness, to know that you love young people. And my son said to me yesterday that, a year ago he had some Jain to speak at the next church program. And he said he spoke beyond his time, but he said he left an indwelling impression on him as a young person to rumor that will overcome any obstacles. And remember that GN is epitome of overcoming obstacles. Thank you very much, sir.
Om Sai Ram. Thank you so very much, Dr. Reddy, for going into, yet again, the humility that Uncle Dennis captured, that he was not about doing anything, that whatever the seva he was called upon to do, whether it was cleaning a vegetable or working with young people, he did it with an open heart, and he did it from the fullness of his being and his spiritual dedication. I was particularly struck, I think it was 7 years ago, when I went around on his birthday, not 7, it was 2019, and he talked about his teaching in Alex and the exchange that took place between him and the students, and what he took to those students in Alex through his teaching was the same depth that he communicated to his students in Port Shepstone, and through his journey, through his career change as well, which is not something that we've even mentioned here, that he started as a teacher, and I recall him coming to my father, his older brother, to talk about how he had decided to become a lawyer, and how our families, and how the brothers actually stuck together, you know, and the brothers and their sisters will come together again, I'm sure, in the spiritual sphere, for how they stood together, how much they supported each other, and the love that they all gave each other, which is another wonderful aspect of our heritage and our family. The side group is going to give us another budget, and then we're going to hear from Prash. Thank you so much.
Sri Rama Jaya Rama Dasarate Jaya
thank you for another beautiful wedding. Thank you so much. Our cousin Prashini, who has travelled but always been the exemplary daughter, irrespective of distance. Prash, would you like to come forward, please?
Namaskaram, good day, dear family and friends. My dad loved quotations, and I thought I would start with one that is appropriate today. It is written anonymously and is called The Fallen Limb. A limb has fallen from the family tree. I keep hearing a voice that says, "Grieve not for me. Remember the good times, the laughter, the song, the good life I lived while I was strong. Continue my heritage, I'm counting on you. Keep smiling, and surely the sun will shine through. My mind is at ease, my soul is at rest, remembering all how I truly was blessed. Continue traditions, no matter how small. Go on with your life, don't worry about falls. I miss you all dearly, so keep up your chin until the day comes we're together again." In recent days, I have spoken to and received messages from numerous people who knew my dad well. The words that I heard over and over again were calm and gentle. Those words epitomized him. It is those qualities that made him choose his words carefully, so he never had an unkind word to say about anyone. All of us kids bonded with our dad over our mutual love of various radio programs, TV shows, theater, and sport. Dad played cricket and tennis when he was young and was a fan of those sports later in life. He kept abreast of international sporting events like the tennis Grand Slams, soccer and cricket World Cups, and the Olympics, which led to spirited discussions about who he pegged to win. My dad was deeply spiritual and less concerned with the material world. He rarely complained and was never demanding. He had few needs and even fewer wants. Dad was a voracious reader, especially of spiritual literature, and talking about literature, he was a master of Shakespeare and never failed to impress us with his Shakespearean quotes. In his early days as a lawyer, he would regale us with stories of courtroom antics, and they would always be animated and humorous. My parents were married for over 62 years and were involved in many community activities together, like the child welfare, community theater, and the SAI organization. They enjoyed doing crossword puzzles together, or rather Mum enjoyed that, and Dad was always a reference guy. Whenever she was stuck on a clue, she would ask him, and he almost always responded with the right answer. Mom and Dad were well-traveled and enjoyed many meaningful trips to Prashanti. Yosh treated them to various other destinations across the globe, and Dad was always thrilled to immerse himself in culture. Over the years, Dad had a few health challenges but bounced back due to his fortitude and resilience. Mom was an amazing caregiver and embraced the role always with quiet dignity, grace, and aplomb. Our family was always close, and Mahin and me fitted into the fold seamlessly. Dad loved it when we all got together, and he readily engaged in conversations with both young and old. His two grandchildren meant the world to him, and we were fortunate that he visited us several times in the US. Dad was always very concerned about their well-being. Those visits were always cherished and over way too soon. Papa, as he was known to them, loved spending time with them. We always say that Lavanya speaks volumes without saying a word, and her Papa delighted in her hugs, smiles, and unconditional love. Yashin and Papa bonded over their mutual love of sport, English soccer in particular. There would always be friendly banter between the two, because as fans go, they were rivals. Papa was an ardent Chelsea fan, and Yashin a Manchester United one. Mahin and Lavanya could not be here in person, but they are here in spirit, and they send their love to Mom, Yosh, Milf, and me. To Yosh, Merv, and me, my gratitude to you is profound. No matter what Dad's needs were, you always went above and beyond to make him comfortable. There's always a sense of guilt to those of us who live overseas. We are not there to care for aging parents, and we often miss important moments. I was here for just a week in May, but it was Mum, Yosh, Merv, and me that would visit Dad twice daily in the hospital during his 4-week stay. They would try to entice him to eat when he was feeling poorly and would readily run out to get him something that he was craving. He would always want Merv to be his personal groomer, and Merv always obliged with the utmost care and patience. He made a remarkable recovery, and in July he celebrated his 88th birthday with a Haven surrounded by close family and friends. There is no doubt that Dad knew that he was loved by his immediate family, the extended family, the Sai community, and friends. You all have demonstrated that in countless ways, and it meant a lot to him. He cared for us all immensely and was so content just to see his family well and happy. Dad, you will be greatly missed. You have left a void that will never be filled. Death came knocking suddenly, but thankfully it was peaceful. A fitting transition for our dear Dad with the kindest soul. Dad, go gently into that good night. Rest well until we meet again. We love you always and forever. At this point, I want to acknowledge two very important people. Our helpers, Tao and Victor, who shared a very special bond with Dad. Tao affectionately referred to Dad as father, and both she and Victor took great care of him. We also extend our deep appreciation to all the family and friends who rallied around us when Dad was ill and also in the last few days. We have been inundated with love and meals and want you to know that we are truly grateful. The numerous heartfelt messages that we received from friends and family locally and abroad have helped to lift our spirits and relive memories of our Dad.
A heartfelt tribute, indeed, and another measure of Uncle Ganesh, the family man, the exemplary father, father-in-law, and grandfather. And of course, his exemplary nature was mirrored in all of you, in the wonderful life that you gave him, that you all shared together, the growth that was experienced, and it's learning and sharing and growth that will continue. And that's our real blessing as a family. Thank you all so much for being here, for sharing this very special celebration and farewell and honoring of Uncle. And lunch will be served here for those of you who are not coming to the crematorium, and for those of you that are coming to the crematorium, there will be lunch at home. So thank you all very much. I now hand back to our Guru. Thank you so much.
Once again, greetings to all of you. We're coming up to the conclusion of this celebration of life, this love that we're offering to this Atma, this dear physical form of our dear Dad that we are now going to take to the crematorium. So I'm going to ask the immediate family to please come through, as we are due to leave at 1. So we have to leave out of here, and the hearse will drive off at 1. So immediate family, if you can please come through and pay your last respects while Bhajan's giving us a bhajan now. We'll also ask pallbearers to be in readiness, and as I call, you come through. Thank you. this is my cousin, beautiful cousins, such an energy, such a good vibration. And that's what we need here today, especially for the family. I want to call on pallbearers, please come forward while we're finishing. But we can do one more thing. I'm going to do it for you.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah Om. Shivaya Namah Om. Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah Om. Shivaya Namah Om. Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah Om. Shivaya Namah Om. Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah Om. Shivaya Namah Om. Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya. Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada Shiva, Samba Sada